There is a coma. Oh, we can still play Burning Rune Demon. What? I think they got counter magic. Nah, you know, whatever. They don't? You have 2 cards foretold and neither one of them saw it coming? Well, that is surprising. So, What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be diving into a demon control deck. Erebus, what are you doing? Sorry, wrong card there. We're going to be diving into a demon control deck. That's right. We're playing a deck featuring Burning Rune Demon. Now, I did this a few days ago, actually. It was a Jund deck. So if you enjoyed this card specifically and you want to see it in a different archetype or a different deck, be sure to go check out that video on the channel. But I alluded to playing basically a more efficient, more shaped in version of this deck, right, or with this card. And Burning Rune Demon, I think it's got a certain pizzazz to it, as it is a 6/6 flying creature for 6 mana. All those base stat line, it's good. It's good a card. Maybe not mythic, but still very good. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you can search your library for 2 cards that are not named Burning Rune Demon and not named each other, right? So you can't pull out 2 emergent ultimatums with the one singular Burning Rune Demon unless you bounce it or whatever. But the whole point of it is you're able to find something in your deck, put it into your hand, and now you've not only got the answer for whatever the opponent may have, whether it be counter magic now or, you know, an emergent ultimatum for the next turn, whatever. You've also put something into your graveyard, which in a lot of scenarios and cases isn't a great thing, but in a deck like this where we can actually use Bala to get it back and you can always increase the number of Bala, it's really not that bad, because again, you put 1 into your hand, you put 1 into your graveyard, you use Bala, you get the 1 in your graveyard back. You've also got this 6/6 flying demon. It's a lot of value essentially for the mana that you are spending in order to get there. Now, we're going to be running this in a Sultai deck, but this is not a Yorion deck. You can make it Yorion. Yorion works with Burning Rune Demon, honestly, because it's a when it enters the battlefield kind of effect, and so, you know, obviously Yorion makes things re-enter. Works well with Binding if you do want to go for the 80 card deck. I've just decided to show that, you know, Sultai can work and function perfectly fine in a 60 card deck and in best of 1 in a 60 card deck. If anything, honestly, I kind of like a 60 card I think this one here, I don't know, a 60 card Sultai deck better than an 80 card, and I've played both, you know, fairly well, fairly extensively, and I will say that there's something about having less variety in your draws that feels a lot better, which is ironic coming from me, the guy that plays a ton of 1-offs and 2/2s and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, diving into the deck, we all know Sultai control for the large majority. Not much has changed outside of the fact that I've added in the Burning Rune Demon. I've cut about 20 cards. I'd said X-Nay on the Yorion because honestly it just feels a little clunky in a lot of best of 1 scenarios. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure in the long game against, you know, another mirror control deck, like, it might help you edge out the victory. But in all reality, I think just go for your goal. If you're playing best of 1, whether it be control, whether it be aggro, mid-range, whatever, go for your goal. Sometimes you're going to lose. You need to accept that fact. So you're not always going to win with this deck, but of course there is a high efficiency rate or a high win rate with it, as you do have access to essentially take out everything the opponent can throw at you. We have the early game counter magic, Jawari, Disdainful, and Negate. Beautiful combo. Jawari gives you additional land access, right? Disdainful helps keep rid of Elder Gargaroth or Vorinclexes of your foes, and obviously Negate helps to keep away the opponent's emergent ultimatum. Lemonade helps to keep down the aggro, as well as Bloodchief's Thirst helps to keep down aggro and the sort of slower Planeswalker decks, right? As this can target both. Erebos' Intervention, great against mono white aggro. Valki is a great target for emergent ultimatum. Also really, really good against aggro and mid-range decks. I think people don't play the creature side of this card enough, but remember, you have Bala, so play the creature, let it run its course, whether it gets removed or whatever, and then you can always bring it back later. And now I know a lot of you are saying, well, Chance, you got to hit the emergent ultimatum. I've actually opted to throw in a few Ketria? I don't know how to say it. Triomes. That way we can hardcast Valki if we want to. Valki, Tipple, whatever the hell it's called. We have a couple copies of Extinction Event, Binding, Hagra, all the usual stuff. Like I said, the main part here is the Burning Rune Demon to help you find other stuff. It's good a defender against aggro. It's a good finder, edic, whatever the actual technical term is, up against other aggro, up against other control decks, as it will help you to, like I said, either find the counter magic, so you know you're good on that front, or find, you know, your finisher, so to speak. Anyways, I feel like this was a whole lot of rambling to basically get through telling you guys and girls that, well, you know the deck we're playing today. I've just slapped a Burning Rune Demon in it, basically, and called it more efficient, as I've cut 20 cards, and I guess gave you less of a reason to use Burning Rune Demon. Now that I think about it, you know, in an 80 card deck, you draw a Burning Rune Demon, you're like, hey, I have 80 cards to sift through. Draw it in a 60 card deck, obviously you got a few less than that. Anyways, I really enjoyed the deck. I hope you will as well. If so, please be sure to leave a like down below, comment in the comment section, and of course, subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more awesome one-of-a-kind content from yours truly. Without further ado, we're going to dive into this demon control. Alrighty, Blue Heart, and they're playing Yorion again. That's, Whew, fun. Alright. This is fun. You know, I like going second every single game when I wake up in the morning. It's like, well, you know what, never mind. Oh, goodness. I've already made too many analogies today and I'm smacking stuff. We'll just play the game. Hey, I lied. It's not Sultai. I'm not gonna lie, that is probably the best lie I've ever told. Now we can keep up mana for negate here. There's a certain something about playing Valky down, getting a look-see, seeing what they have and taking it potentially. We're gonna go with Valky. I don't see me casting it from hand to get the Tibble or blah blah blah. Mostly because, well, I just don't want to wait that long. But in case anybody's wondering, like, oh, James, what are you talking about casting the Tibble? This is a Sultai deck. This is why we run. Oh, hello. This is why we run the Triomes. This is specifically why we run the Triomes, so Valky can, you know, bloop. Anyways, we're gonna turn on that note. They got a Vega and Nico. Saw it coming. Okay, so this is saw it coming. You have counter magic. I see it. I know it. I don't like it. Let's just smack him, shall we? A little tap, tap, tap-a-roo. No, I'm sorry. It's an iron verdict. Yeah. Yeah. So wait a minute. Was that saw it coming that they had in their hand an iron verdict? I'm not. What the hell happened there? Because they had a saw it coming, and we saw it. I thought I saw it coming, and then they foretold this card, but it's not saw it coming. So this should be saw it coming then, right? It has to be. I don't know what happened to that card unless the game was just lying to me and they never had that card to begin with. Bum bum bum. You know, I'm loving the lands game. I am loving the lands. Really want to use binding, but I don't have a good target for it right now, so we're just gonna have to pass it back to him. On the brighter side of things, I do have 3 lands available, you know, between these in hand, which gives us 7 total. We just would need a green mana in order to do the ultimatum. Of course, we don't have it yet, but that's what the Burning Rune Demon is for, is to help us get there. Come on. You're just not gonna play anything? Well, I mean, fine, because I'm only drawing lands anyways. Fine. Be like that, Blue Heart. Alright, so what did I say I needed? Green? Dark Boar is another green one, so we have double black, green, green, that could be green, and blue, blue. So, I mean, we're actually all set up. All technical definitions. Alright, well, just grab another green then. Okay, they didn't use Maze Mind at all. Hello? Alright, they got a Vega. Viva Las Vega. So if I do this, that, and that. Gotcha. Let's try for it. -2. And yeah, auto pay. And let's see if they can, if they'll hold the horses on the counter magic. I think taking out Vega is a smart idea for us. It is a lot of card draw for them, given the correct scenarios, right? It's also a flyer, so you know, I just don't fly by those rules. That was horrible. I'm sorry. I was also thinking of a joke with frequent flyer jokes, you know, the mileage you earn and blah 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 blah. Yeah, no, I'm definitely taking out that Vega. I'm trying to foretell my ass. I'm gonna foretell your ass. I will tell you forthright that it's not happening. They are gonna get one card draw there, but we're still gonna take out the Vega. Goodbye, birdie. Somebody would say bye-bye, birdie. I don't know why I didn't think of that first. It just came to me second, so whatever. Whatever. We're ramping. We are ramping. That's what's happening. Alright, top 15 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, okay. Okay. Not entirely accurate, as we just used the Cultivate to obviously draw us out 2 additional ones. But still, out of 15 cards, we've played 10 lands. That's good stuff. Maybe we should add in a castle to the deck. You know, I generally forget about the the olden castles, but that's what they're here for, really. It is what they are here for. I don't have anything. Well, I do have a Valky. Now hold up. Now hold thy horses. Hold them. Just hold them. 4, 7. Alright. Alright. Binding. I want to get rid of the Nico. But this thing's going to draw them so many cards if we don't. You know what? Let's rid ourselves of the Nico. Let's bala get dala. Valky, yes, thank you. Because we're gonna turn him into Tybalt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we have enough. We do have enough. Beautiful. And see, this is why I say don't worry about Valky. You know, earlier in the thing, because you'll get him back. It'll be all right. Things will be okay. Alright, so they Skyclaved my binding. No biggie, no biggie. No big E. I want to eliminate the Skyclave as it gives us a creature back, but I also want to eliminate the Vega because I don't actually give a single crap about the Skyclave and the 4/4 creature. You know what? How much you actually costing me, Valky? All that. Oh, but I have. Okay, all right, cool. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Let's do that, and I will toss you down, and I'll still have 2 for the eliminate. All right, beautiful. Don't counter me, oh please, blue heart. That would really be a kick. That would be a kick. All right, so we eliminate Skyclave, and then we exile their Vega. Now we do this before we eliminate, just in case they have some kind of something to stop us. Does that make sense? They don't. They're just gonna shard. It's fine. We're getting rid of their board state completely. We're also getting a 4/4 token back, so that's decent, you know. It is decent. All that mana came in handy. I I don't know why. I like watching the game on my second monitor. It's over here. So if y'all are ever wondering, like, why does Chance keep looking to the left? What's he looking at? I'm watching the game on my second monitor. It's also right here, which is where I play at. But for some reason, my head tends to turn to the left when I'm like, now what's going on? It's like I need to know that there's something different going on that screen, but there's not. There's not. Anyways, they got a Nico down. Nico. And I'm not talking about the Bolas type. Get it? Nico Bolas, Nico Eris. I thought it was pretty good. It's not the same kind of Nico, is it? Because the other one's Nicole. Nicole Bolas. There's an L. It's a heavy L, too. For loser. Alrighty. Well, first things first, we're going to exile the top card of each player's library, because you never know what we might find from them. Kiora Shora? Kiora Shora. Why have I not thought of that before? Now, I can also get down this Vega if I just absolutely want to. Take out their Nico. Do I get down the Vega? I mean, I think so, because if once I get this Vega down and I can start casting these cards from exile, it's just draw. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, draw a card. This is exile, so it would work for us. It would very, very well work for us. Throw that down. Yeah, I mean, I'm going for a Vega. Let's go. So we do have 14 points of damage on board. Doomscar. Nice. Really let me commit there. Really let me commit. So they shouldn't play anything here as, well, it just gives me access to it, right? Just gives me access. Now, I'm fairly sure they have counter magic here. We're going to keep exiling. Exile, 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 exile. Burning Rune Demon, Extinction Event, Giant Killer, and a Vega. Well, hello. We can't cast Vega plus Giant Killer and all that kind of stuff, but I can probably go for a Vega and then get the Giant Killer out and at least draw a card off the back of that, I think. I can also play the Burning Rune Demon, but and just find an ultimatum, you know, that kind of stuff. I really don't want him to counter it, and I have a feeling, I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night, a good night. Hey, there's a coma. There is a coma. Oh, we can still play Burning Rune Demon. What? I think they got counter magic. Nah, you know, whatever. They don't? You have 2 cards foretold and neither one of them saw it coming? Well, that is surprising. So, definitely want an ultimatum. What else do we want? An epiphany? Yeah, let's grab an epiphany. One of those two. One of those two will happen. And here's the thing, if they send the cards you want to the graveyard and you got a Bala, holla holla get Bala, then you can just bring that back to your hand as well. Make sense? Alright, they gave me the epiphany, not a surprise. Not a surprise. They're beholden the universe. The multiverse, sorry, not the universe. The universe is too tiny. The multiverse. They're beholden it all. So they're getting rid of their shard. Smart play, because now we can't take anything with Kiora. They've essentially dealt with Kiora Best of Sea God, which is kind of a difficult thing to do, not gonna lie. Difficult for me, at least, most days. Most days, it is difficult. So we do have 9 points of damage on the board. Not saying that all of it will survive. Not saying any of it will survive. Hell, there's a Doomscar. None of it's gonna survive. But we got a Tibble, you know? So things are still interesting. Things are still fun. And the old opponent tapping out. Of course, coma is, you know, it needs to be removed in instant speed or, what is this? Oh, no, keyword. Gain control of target permanent and opponent controls. Oh, It doesn't have to be tapped. Yeah, I'll just take that. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks. Alright, cool. We actually have an All Runes Epiphany lined up for ourselves as well. I think we got this game in the bag. I think we got it in the bag. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana left over after that. I got 2 of them back to back. The opponent's not getting a turn for a little bit here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm about to use my Tybalt all the way up. I got all kinds of stuff. Woohoo! We can go ahead and foretell this over as well. So next turn, or our next turn, you know, here in a second, it'll cost 1 less. B-E-A-U-T full. And we get this mana to help us cast this spell. Oh. It's like it was meant to be. So for 4 mana, essentially, we're going to cast another All Runes Epiphany. Thanks for the fun times, Blue Heart. They're probably like, man, you know what? I'm done with this game. Alright, Coma, come on down. I'm honestly surprised that they are still in this. Now it goes back to my turn after this, so we're fine to play down a Maze Mind actually and just get our Scry on. Or their Maze Mind, you know what I mean. Is that our Maze Mind or their Maze Mind? I'm actually thoroughly confused. Another Tybalt. Tybalt? Nah. Nah. Yeah, let's go. What's the matter? You don't want me to have access to everything? Well, that was a fun one. Tonino, or Tonino? You know, we got the cards that we're generally looking to draw into. I guess we'll keep it. It's not fantastic, and you know, I don't know that I would recommend keeping this hand generally. Just across the board. Eliminate's nice. We're gonna go ahead and drop a swamp, as well. We can't change that. We can't affect what it is or isn't or whatever. Sultai Yorion for the foe, I'm assuming at least. Going and start getting down the green mana. We're going to need it later for the ultimatum, as well as for the binding and the Bala and, you know, a lot of other stuff. Omen? Sure. Sure. Classic Yorion card draw. Now, I opted to not go for Yorion in my 60 card Sultai deck here. Just a matter of preference. You can if you wanna. It's not a big deal. Of course, I say matter of preference, and you're gonna have some people tell you that that's completely wrong. That it's not at all a matter of preference, and this singular deck is better than other singular deck for X reasons or whatever. But ultimately, you know, it's up to you. Whichever you play better. If you play a 60 or an 80 card deck better, then go with that. So, they're going to go ahead and move Yorion over, and much to my surprise, we got another ultimatum. That's good. Super happy to see 2 ultimatums so early. When I'm sitting here thinking to myself, man, what do I want to see in Magic? Double ultimatum, first thing that comes to mind. Alright, well, we're just going to wait because apparently we only know how to draw our top end. Which is funny because we only have 1 of these actually in the deck, and we only have 3 of these, so on the bright side, we can't draw any more. I mean, 1 more ultimatum, sure, but we can't draw any more comas, so that's good. That is good. super happy we're only drawing our top end here. It just, yeah, makes me feel good inside. Somebody has cursed me in Magic. I feel it. I mean, sure. Uh-huh. Yeah. I see. You have 2 little birdies you plan on swinging at me with. That's a stellar idea. It's totally gonna work out for you. Totally worth the 6 mana there. Let's see. Well, look who can just ramp straight up to it. Not us. Not this guy. I suppose we could have used Binding way long ago on their Omen. But, you know, you go second, you get what they give you. That's pretty much how Magic goes. If you play second, you might as well be the Robin to the Batman. You're not going to make any decisions. You're only going to react to what's actually going on. It's actually pretty fucking awful. Which one do I not want them to have? Excuse me. No. Sure. Our binding can always take the Tybalt out directly. Oh, isn't that lovely? They just hit our 3rd ultimatum, which means we were going to draw it. So if drawing, you know, burning 2 ultimatums and a coma wasn't enough, we had a 3rd one. Ready. I love going second in Magic. Don't let anyone ever tell you that it's not completely fair and 1000% balanced. Aggro decks, no, they don't win when they go first. Control decks, oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. That going first would allow you to win a match. That's insane.